Hi, everyone. I'm Shane,
And I'm Erica.
and we are back, for another deep dive.
We are.
And this time, we're kind of diving into the world of Kecia from Kecia's Tour Life.
Right, her blog. It's fantastic, isn't it? It really, puts you right there with her.
It does. Whether she's talking about music or a road trip, travel experiences.
Yeah, you feel like you're along for the ride.
Exactly. And the piece we're really focusing on today, it's all about Kecia finally getting to see Tom Jones, the legend.
Mm-hmm. In concert, this is back on September 24th, 2022.
Right, at MGM Northfield Park, Cleveland, Ohio.
And what really shines through in her writing is just how long she's been waiting for this. A real lifelong fan.
Yeah, absolutely. She mentions being, totally captivated by his TV show when she was just a kid.
Wow. That kind of connection starting so young, it's something else.
It really is. It builds up this anticipation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So finally seeing him live becomes this huge deal.
Definitely. For Kecia, you can tell this wasn't just, another concert. It was something big.
Yeah, something she'd looked forward to for ages.
And she really lets that excitement come through. She actually calls the whole thing a dream come true.
That says it all, really.
It does.
You just feel that pure joy reading it. And there's that funny bit she mentions about being one of the younger people there.
Oh, yeah. And how some of the other women were a bit surprised.
Right. Kind of like, wait, you know Tom Jones?
And her response is just classic Kecia.
Oh, honey. I've known about him since before I could tie my shoes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It really hits home, how deep that fandom goes. Makes you think, what gives an artist that staying power across generations?
That's a really good question. So then the big moment arrives.
Tom Jones hits the stage.
And Kecia describes this like eruption of applause. You could almost feel the buzz in the room.
And his voice. Even after all these years, she says it's still soaring, rich, and unmistakably Tom.
Incredible. That's really something, maintaining that quality for decades.
It really is. What do you think goes into that? Is it just raw talent or technique or...
Probably a bit of everything, right? A natural gift, but also years of, knowing how to use it and look after it.
Makes sense. And she mentions the hits, of course, the big ones.
Oh, yeah. It's not unusual, Delilah. She's a lady.
What's New Pussycat? Sex Bomb? I mean, the list goes on.
It's like a soundtrack to so many different times.
It really is. And I liked Kecia's observation that each song felt like a chapter in his, quote, incredible journey.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It makes you think about the whole arc of his career, how these songs map it out.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just the old favorites either, right?
No, exactly. He played newer stuff, too, from his album Surrounded by Time, which came out the year before.
And Kecia called those soulful and introspective.
Yeah, showing he's not just resting on his laurels.
Yeah.
Still evolving, still creating.
It's impressive when artists can do that, stay true, but also explore new ground. It speaks to, an artistic curiosity, maybe?
Mm-hmm. I think so. And even being in his early 80s then, Kecia mentioned he had this silver fox energy.
You can picture it, can't you? That charisma.
Totally. What do you think keeps that alive, that stage presence?
Maybe just years of confidence. Connecting with the audience. He just knows how to command a stage.
Yeah, that mastery that comes with experience. Although she did say he admitted, not dancing quite as much.
Ah, right, because he had hip surgery coming up.
Yeah.
And was taking a break from touring.
Exactly, but she said her sheer presence totally made up for it.
Which you can believe. And it's interesting because not long after that show, September 2022, he did have the surgery.
That's right. And the good news is he recovered really well. He's actually back on tour again.
Which is fantastic. Makes you wonder. Maybe he's working those hips a bit more now.
Huh. Getting back some of that classic Tom Jones swagger Kecia remembered from way back. You never know.
Could be. It definitely shows his dedication in getting back out there.
For sure. And when you pull back and look at the whole career.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just staggering.
Over 5 decades. Since the mid-60s.
All built on that voice, that
Yeah.
unique baritone and the stage presence we were just talking about.
It's wild to think how it started. Tommy Scott and the Senators, was it? Back in 63?
Yeah, that was the band. Then his manager, Gordon Mills, discovered him.
Right. Mills was apparently key in crafting the whole Tom Jones persona. That early guidance can be so vital, can't it?
Absolutely critical. And then, boom, 1965. It's not unusual.
A song that just changed everything for him. Global smash.
Almost overnight. It's one of those tunes,
Yeah.
you hear the first few notes, you instantly know it. What was it about that song, do you think?
Well, it's got that huge sound, that energy. His voice just cuts through.
Yeah.
And it was just different, exciting for the time.
Yeah, it really captured something. And the hits just kept coming after that.
Oh, definitely. Songs like Green Grass of Home, I Who Have Nothing.
She's a Lady we mentioned, Help Yourself, I'll Never Fall in Love Again.
Plus, those early albums, Along Came Jones, Greatest Hits, they really did become the soundtrack for a generation.
They absolutely did. And what's always struck me is his range. Pop, rock, country, R&B. He handles it all.
That versatility is pretty rare, isn't it? And probably a big part of why he's lasted so long.
I think so. Plus, his touring, just relentless. And those Vegas residencies,
Oh, yeah, legendary. From 1967 all the way to 2011. That's incredible.
that's commitment to performing live. It shows that connection he has with audiences.
Definitely. And he's had these comebacks, these career resurgences.
But through it all, that core fan base, like Kecia, has stayed incredibly loyal.
It really has, that kind of dedication from fans over decades. It says a lot about him and his music.
It really does. And, the industry recognized it too. Lots of awards.
And of course, becoming Sir Tom Jones in 2008, knighted by the Queen.
Right. That's a serious acknowledgement of his impact, isn't it? Solidifies the legacy.
Absolutely. So, yeah, Kecia's personal story, finally seeing him live, it just perfectly highlights that enduring power, that appeal Tom Jones has.
It connects her personal fan journey with this massive, iconic career in such a cool way.
Yeah.
So wrapping things up a bit, this deep dive really followed Kecia's journey, that lifelong dream finally happening.
Seeing Tom Jones live, like she wrote about on Kecia's tour life.
And her experience kind of brought out all those key Tom Jones things. The voice, still amazing.
The classic hits, the connection with the crowd.
And even that little bit of, drama around the surgery and the comeback, hoping he's back with that full energy.
Yeah, it really makes you think about your own stuff, doesn't it? Those things you've always wanted to do or see.
It does. That feeling when you finally experience something you've anticipated for years, like Kecia did, it's pretty powerful.
And it gets you thinking, too, about, which artists have been the soundtrack to your life.
Right. And what would it feel like to finally see them live? That connection we have with music, with certain artists, it can be really deep.
Definitely. Which maybe brings us to a final thought to leave folks with.
Yeah.
When you look at someone like Tom Jones with this incredible, long-lasting appeal, what is the secret?
Is it just nostalgia? The song's reminding us of times gone by.
Or is it more about their ability to change, to evolve, but still be themselves?
Or maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just that the music itself is timeless. The songs just work, no matter when you hear them.
Yeah. Nostalgia, evolution, timeless quality. Probably a mix of all three. Definitely something to chew on after our dive today. If you want to read more about Kecia's adventures in music, travel, and her take on other live events, you can check out her blog at keciastourlife.com.
And she's also active on social media. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search for Kecia's Tour Life.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
See ya.
See you next time.